What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Now, today on the table in front of us is a small knife. Now, you guys know I'm not usually that into small knives, but this is the Monterey Bay Knives EZC, and this is one hell of a small knife. Now, Ray Laconico has got a real eye for simplicity done right. His EWC, a recent release, which is a dual detent flipper, is just a fantastic knife. This is a little more traditional. It has a traditional flipper tab on it. It is 2.8 ounces. It is 3 inches of S35 VN. 1, 2, and 3 full inches. You get a little over 2.5 inches of cutting surface. It is just under a ½ inch through the handle. Because it is this marvelous sort of oblong shape, my hand fits it beautifully for a small knife because it's not trying to force me into any particular position. The milled titanium pocket clip is, well, very good. It's got plenty of ramp, plenty of spring. This thing slips in and out of the pocket exceptionally easily. This is a marvelous sort of gentleman's dress-up carry. Now, this happens to be Women Carry Knives knife. She loves this thing, and because it's hers, I've had the opportunity, for which I am grateful, to play with it and carry it and get a really good look at it. I love this thing. I don't usually like smaller knives, but man, this is very, very good, and it is really, well, it's just an interesting expression of what a straightforward and yet elegant pocket knife can be. Now, it does say Laconico across the top, and you have the MBK logo here on the blade. Beyond that, it is perfectly clean. There is nothing on the handles. There's no billboarding on the blade. It is really an exceptionally simple and yet elegant pocket knife. I really like this thing. I think it's worth the money. I think it is worth owning. I think it's a great pocket knife. I really do. And I know that I've said that a bunch of times sitting here, but I'm kind of constantly amazed at how good I think it is. Let's do a size comparison. We're going to start small. Here it is against our old friend, the Rat Model 2. And as you can see, blade-wise, they are virtually identical. The Rat Model 2 is a little longer in the handle. But again, because of the shaping on the Rat 2's handle, this knife is not that comfortable for me. Whereas on the EZC here, it is really comfortable. So if you've got bigger hands, but you're looking for a smaller knife, this may very well be the knife for you. Here it is against our old friend, the Rat Model 1, which is just going to dwarf it. And it does, as you can see. That is just a much, much larger knife. What else do we have on the table that's fun and interesting? Well, here is an interesting comparison. This is the SOG Twitch 2. This is also a small knife. This is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. Well, I don't like this knife. But I wanted you to see it as a size comparison. So we'll talk about this in another video. What else do we have on the table that's fun? Well, here is the new CJRB Rampart. Look, the point is that this is a small knife, but it is a small knife done exceptionally well. Ray Laconico is a super nice guy. His partner in crime in this, Sanford, is also a super nice guy. And the Monterey Bay Knives Company has put a lot of effort and time and thought into producing what are exceptionally good pocket knives at reasonable prices. I'll put the price for this in the description of the video because I don't have it off the top of my head. But all of their knives come in well within the range of expected prices for titanium and S35 VN or M390, this of course being S35 VN. They charge the right price for the right knife, and they put thought and energy and love and just their time into making sure that when these things hit the market, they are just right. The Monterey Bay Knives the MBK EZC is no exception. So let's do an overall size, just so we know exactly what we're looking at here. As I said, the blade is 3 inches with a little over 2.5 of cutting surface, but the overall knife is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3/4 inches long. This is a very nice small knife. The nice thing, one of the nice things, is that it is a relatively thin chunk of S35VN, which goes well with the overall design of the knife, but it allows it to be very slicey behind the edge. It is nice and sharp. Very stabby in a pinch. Good for cuts that you have to push in and then draw down. It is good for draw cuts. It is good for push cuts. The plunge grind is, well, perfect. It doesn't fatten up here at all. There's nothing to interfere with the cutting line. This is a fantastic pocket knife. I've really enjoyed having it around. I think you will enjoy owning it as well. They are available on the Monterey Bay Knives website. I will put a link to that down in the description. Thank you so much for watching today. If you have any questions about this or any of the Monterey Bay knives or any of the knives you've seen on the channel, feel free to ask down in the comments below. Please like the video on your way out. It does help the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would love to have you here on a regular basis. We'll see you next time.